Hey guys, hope you're doing great. It is Friday. It's the first Friday of the first week of school. And I feel great. I feel successful. It's taken me 10 years to have this feeling, but well worth it. So, students have done their bell ringer. We're putting the tabs on them today, and we are getting their updated picture and the sophomores are updating their picture from last year because it has to be a current picture. And the freshmen, because I took their picture at the beginning of school or in April or May when they came, they were holding a board, and on the white dry erase board they wrote their name, so I knew what face went with what name. So that board was a little high up. It helped me and it was great, but some of them have changed a little bit since then. And also too, we need to get rid of that board and get something a little bit more up close. So on Wednesday we took their picture, and yesterday I printed out their pictures and set them up, so I'll show you how I did that. And that's what they're working on. They're putting their tabs for the freshmen. It's all about me today, so I'm going to talk about myself, which is always kind of a weird thing because you're kind of talking about yourself, but I got a little presentation. We're going to go over a few things. I did not get time to change a lot of the pictures, so a lot of pictures aren't current, but it's just about myself. Married, I have 2 cats, my family, things like that, favorite color and all of that, my hobbies and accomplishments, so that way they know I'm not just a whatever teacher. I had a career, or I have a career. I worked in the salon. I was the salon manager, and all the events and the certificates that I have, and the trips that I've done, and education that I've obtained, certifications. That way they know, okay, she's not just a random person in the classroom. She actually has field experience and is going to be able to teach me what I need to know. So that'll be today. For our freshmen, our sophomores in the morning, they're already done. They've left for the day and I won't see them until Monday. I told them, get ready, we start on chapter 1. And actually, last year they did chapter 1, so that was totally my fault that I told them that, but they've already done chapters 1 through 5 last year in freshman year. So we will start on infection control chapter 5 and get them their kind of like a refresher, and then they're going to do their barbicide certification. We have them do it every year, so they're going to do that. And from there, once they do that and get their certificate, then we can start working on lab type items and lessons. Yeah, that's what we have for them next week. And on Monday, freshmen will be the ones to start on chapter 1. They'll go to chapter 5. Those are the main chapters. Chapter 5 takes me about 2 weeks. Some of the chapters I can condense because they're not that big, but then we'll also start incorporating some hands-on, so they're not like, oh my gosh, chapter, book work, vocabulary, theory again. No, we make it fun. Make sure that I give them some hands-on in there, maybe how to do eyeliner, how to do brows or something, just to get them excited and going and learning about what we're focusing on with each grade level. So let me go ahead and go over what I did with the pictures, how I got them, and what we're doing with them, and then we'll go over our tabs for our journals. But first, check out my t-shirt that I designed for my cosmetology class. So this is the front, just says CTHS, and in the back, because it's not just a haircut. This shirt I designed last year. It was a shirt that I had drawn out probably 6 years ago, but I never really got to put it on shirt. So I had this little piece of paper and I had a little drawing, and I said, okay, this is a year. So last year we did that. I have some cool new designs for new shirts that we're gonna bring up this year, but this is one of my favorites. All right, so back here you're gonna see little piles of paper. Those are the pictures of each individual student. I printed several because I use them for different purposes throughout the year. So what I did is on Wednesday I had the students, I told them ahead in time, hey, have your face, hair, makeup done, all that, because I'm gonna take your portfolio picture. Make sure their shirt is appropriate. I send a message home, letting the parents know, check your student before they leave. none of the low cut, off the shoulders. You have to be in dress code. And so the students came in, I took them to the back wall by the shampoo area where we have our nice wall, and I call it the photo wall, and moved over some furniture, the dryer chair, and took a picture of them just from here up. That picture then, all of those pictures, both sophomores and freshmen. Sophomores, they replace the pictures from last year, and the freshmen are new pictures that they're placing on their binders, permits, TDLR binder permit, hour sheet binder, things of the sort. And so they're replacing that one. They all have one already, but this is just a nicer, better, higher quality picture. And so they came in, they take their picture. I took that SD card. I have an SD reader, plugged it into my computer, downloaded, saved those pictures into a folder in my pictures folders in my computer, and then printed from there. It's just a small picture, not to waste a lot of ink, and I don't need that big of a picture of them. I just need their face. And so printed that and cut those up and then put them in little stack piles back here. The students will come in, they will get their little stack of pictures, their file folders, which have their information in it from freshman year, and it travels all the way to senior year, and then we file those for the set amount of time that is stated by law. We have those laid out on the back counter. The student comes by, pass them out, and then they take those pictures, take a little bit of tape, and replace the picture from last year if they're sophomores and the picture from April or May if they're freshmen. The old picture, they can leave them and just stack it on top, or they just replace it. You go to the permit binder and we replace their old picture with their new picture, making sure it's updated, that it's cut well, not all sloppy or with the white in the outline. So we make sure it looks nice and neat because they are, it's a legal document. So that's what we do with those. Meanwhile, while they're doing that, they're also, and we have here set up on the board, they also have their binder that they're doing. So their binder, they have to put their tabs in their bell ringers. So I'll show you how to do that. Another thing that I handed out today was the now and laters. So this is definitely, the students thought it was cool. Now and later is going to be our treat for the school year, our themed candy for Cosmo 9 and 10. I didn't do this with 11 and 12 because I had not thought about that, but this is a new thing that we're starting. But they have a choice. They can pick whichever one they want, and so their little paper is attached to it. And they can just pick it and pull, and the paper will come out in the little pile. So they're already pre-done, so I'll come around and give them one of those. And that now and later goes with our goal. Do today what others won't, so you can have tomorrow what others won't. Alright guys, so it is Friday. Today I plan on leaving school early, so I'm working now to try to get everything done. I do have to stop and record, so that does take a little bit of time, but I'm getting used to doing that, and I'm getting better at it, so that's good. I'm not having to stop and delete and re-record because I mess up so often, but it's been great. So far, so good. I'm excited to start for Monday. I've got all my stuff ready, so I'm ready to go, and I'm gonna take down these little decorations today, so it'll be just the regular classroom. The buckets though, I will leave for about another week, and then we'll get those out of the way. Typically the students have a lot of stuff on their table, so we'll get those out of the way, and the supplies will be back there in the, let's see, right there, in that little rollabout, so they can take supplies from there if they need to. Alright, we did do also a pop quiz, so let me tell you about the pop quiz. Today when they were doing their heart, okay, or circle or star, if they're not into hearts, it's fine, because we have some gentlemen as well. But what they did is they were doing their goals, okay, their goal board for this week. They had to take their heart and they had to cover it with some goals that they wanted to set for this class, just this class. Not like I want a house and I want a family and I want a car and all of that. No, just this class. So we took a piece of paper and then we covered it up and laminated. So I got my laminator out where they're gonna put it in their front pocket, in front of their permit, in front of their binder, so they can see it on a daily basis because they get their binder every day. And so while they were doing that, their partner that they're sitting next to, okay, and they have their name tags on their tables, their partner they're sitting next to, they had to ask them 10 things about them. Some were quiet, some were talkative, so I didn't push too much. I just reminded them to talk to each other, getting to know each other, and some went well, some we need to work on. And then today, I handed out, this was just a little Target dollar spot, I think it was $3 for it was pretty big. So this is a little notepad with little lipsticks. So I gave them each a little piece of paper, and I told them to label 1 to 10. And I said today, I know you can't see it on the camera, but it says pop quiz, number your page 1 to 10. So they had to write down, I gave them 1 minute. I said you have 1 minute to write down 10 things, max, or as many as you can about your neighbor. I set my timer, I said ready, go. And so some are like, I don't even know her name yet, you know, because they weren't taking advantage of that time. And some were like, oh yes, and so they started writing. And so I think the most we had was 6. So we definitely need to work. That helped me realize what class I need to work on, which ones are more quiet and more timid. I have really good students. They're super quiet. I'm gonna say it's because it's the beginning of the school year, but and they're not sitting next to their BFFs, but they definitely are gonna get to know each other. So I did do that. Some of them, you know, felt bad, and then started talking afterwards, like, hey, what's your name? Hey, what color do you like? Or why are you in Cosmo? Things of the sort. And then some of them just kind of they are friends now, so that's good. And so I'll switch them around and do things like that randomly with them. But that then helped me close with my do now what others won't, so you can have later what others won't. So like the ones that had the most, I let them have some candy. So they got to go to the bin and pick some candy. Let me show you my bin. So if they had the most, we had some ties, but if they had the most, they were able to come get some candy, and kids love candy. Remember to stay away from the peanuts or things that they can choke on, but easily. But they won because they did yesterday what maybe others didn't. So today they had what others didn't. So yesterday they did the 10 questions and they listened and they did their work, and so today they won and they got the prize. So I tied that in so that way we talked about goals for the class, we talked about getting to know each other, we talked about respect and the rules, and it was orientation and you know, all of those things, TDLR rules and hours and such. And so then hour later, you know, kind of just tied all that in, and so that was really cool to do. It's the first year that I did the now and later thing, but I've done all these other events, like activities, randomly throughout the years, but this year it came out really good. All right guys, well that's what I have for today. I might come back on later in the afternoon if I have something, and if not, then we'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys are getting some ideas for your classroom. I know school has already started for a lot of us, but maybe in the school semester or in January when we start back up and use some fresh semester, or even just for next year. Just get some ideas, get that creative juice flowing in your mind, especially you new teachers. I know it's difficult when you're new, you want to conquer the world and do everything, but then you have all like the other office emails, paper, learning how to do grades and all that, and it's very overwhelming. But don't forget to not get overwhelmed, because I know it is, but don't forget to be creative in your classroom. That stress that we as teachers take on, a lot of times it overwhelms us, and then we project that stress out onto our students. And we have to understand that our students, especially in our school, because they were applied to come here, they gave up being in sports, or they give up going to a different school, or they gave up whatever they gave up to come here to cosmetology, to learn, to get a license. And it is our responsibility as teachers to make sure that we create a fun, safe learning environment for those students, and it's a place where they thrive. And so new teachers, don't get overwhelmed. Don't think when you watch this like, oh my gosh, she has it all together. And no, I don't. I honestly don't have it all together. And there's always something to do, and you're always busy and you're always behind. It's just the little things that as you get more experience, you're good. It's kind of like a chef, right? If the soup ends up too watery, a new chef would be like, oh, I gotta start all over. But the seasoned chef, no pun intended, but the chef that's done it for a long time, they're like, oh, add this or add that, or, you know, and they fix the soup, okay? So that's why I have a lot of things done, organized, and already purchased and already ready to go, because I've done it for 10 years. So you new teachers, don't panic, you will get there. Take one thing, implement that one thing. Try it, or continuously do it. Then take another idea and then implement that. Fix this side of your wall in your classroom, and then 6 weeks goes by, and then fix the other little by little. You're not going to be able to get everything done the first year of teaching, which we all want to, but it's not going to happen. And for you seasoned teachers, especially the ones that maybe have done it for a long time and haven't changed anything, it's 2019. Let's shake the can a little bit. Let's get creative. Let's get those creative juices flowing in our minds. We are cosmetologists, we are hairdressers, we are estheticians and nail techs and barbers, and we have that creativity in us already. So let's project that out and show the students how fun this industry can be and how successful they can be in the industry. Hey guys, I also wanted to share with you what our awesome district did for us teachers. So they actually had some school buses, that first teacher week back, they had some school buses filled with school supplies. So at our warehouse, they told us that after a certain time, from this time to that time, y'all could come by and pick up some supplies. Well, when I popped in, there was just some notebooks left because they were out of supplies. And so they had us write our names down on this little tablet. I still got some good stuff. I still got some good notebooks, and so I gave them to my CTE team. I let them take them. And so I figured, okay, no big deal. You know, I'm not one of those that, well, I didn't get anything, you know. I take what I'm offered, and I'm very appreciative of it. And so today, we actually received this in our school mailbox. So this here is a $25 gift card to Walmart so that we can go buy some school supplies. And let me tell you, I can definitely think of some supplies that I need for my students. One of the things for sure that I need is some more glue, because we didn't get enough glue that we needed. And then we need some laminating pouches so that we can laminate their goal boards, and a few other things that I need to pick up. So Pasadena Independent School District, shout out to you. You guys are always taking good care of us as teachers, always highlighting what our students do when we send that information in. Such great supporters of what our admin does for us, our staff, our students, our parents, our community. Thank you so much for everything. You guys definitely deserve a huge shout out, a huge thanks for everything that you guys do. So thank you. From one teacher to a former teacher, thank you, PISD. Truly appreciate it. Perseus, are you mad? What's the face for? Bye, Percy. Bye, kitty. See you later. Alright, so we came to the, wait, what are we, what is it?
Memorial Stadium.
No, I know it's Memorial Stadium, but what is the game?
Football game.
Football game. No, you called it
Oh, scrimmage.
a scrimmage. So we're at the scrimmage for Charles' students. So he's coming to support them. And so I came to support him and his kiddos as well. So we're gonna check out the game for a little bit. It's football season, y'all. Alright, so it turns out we were at the wrong stadium, the wrong field. What's this one called?
Good question. I don't know.
We don't know the name of this field, but it's off to the side back here. So this is where the game is at.
Come on, dude!
Alright, so that's it for the football game. We're going to stop by and get something to drink. I'm super thirsty. Charles, how did you like the game?
It's good, but
Good.
yeah, we didn't win. But
We
it's
didn't
okay.
win. But it was just a scrimmage, so that's like a practice, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So the first football game starts next Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, next Wednesday. So we'll be coming to cheer on the kids and support them and enjoy the band and the drill team and cheerleaders and all that school spirit. Anything you want to say before we?
Mm-mm.
No.
Tired, sleepy.
You're tired and sleepy. How was your first week of school?
Yeah, exhausting.
Exhausting? It's always exhausting. Alright guys, so on our way home, we'll see you on the next one.